Hello everyone, welcome to the Full Tilt Forecast. I'm your host Taro. Let's get tilted. First up, we have a small follow-up to yesterday's news of Riot forcing their employees into private arbitration over lawsuits. Many employees of the studio are organizing a walkout to protest the minimal change in hands-over-the-ears approach of the studio to its problems. Angela Roseborough, Chief Diversity Officer at Riot Games, responded to the issue in a message sent to the company's Slack this weekend. I know yesterday's article about Riot's motion to compel arbitration feels like we're not moving forward. We're also aware that there may be an upcoming walkout and recognize some rioters are not feeling heard. We want to open up a dialogue on Monday and invite rioters to join us for small group sessions where we can talk through your concerns. Angela continued, managing to completely ignore the irony of organizing small groups to discuss the issues. Like, I don't know, some form of arbitration? Of course, all of this is going to do little to curb the toxic cesspool that is Riot Games' upper management. Maybe Daddy Tencent will descend from their throne if it continues and step in, but I highly doubt that. Next, we have an update coming out of Sega revolving around their plans to raise their earnings after the company's year-on-year profits plummeted 70% over the past year. The company cited that they had too many games in development with a distinct lack of hit IP releases worldwide over the year. Instead, Sega's new plan seems to be focused on their existing IPs, remasters, and releases on other platforms. For a long time, Sega failed the PC market with many of the games pre-Steam flat out not being available anymore, adding to the fact that most of them were trash fires to begin with. However, recently with their work bringing the Yakuza Kiwami games to PC as well as the general quality of their new PC releases, they're definitely starting to pull back some of my trust. The company stated in the earnings report that in the future Sega would bring all of its games to every platform, beginning to break the stronghold Sony currently has over IPs like Persona and Yakuza. Following that story, Nintendo removed a game named A Dark Room that released on Switch this past month for violating its eShop terms of service. The man who ported the text-adventure game, Amir Rajan, decided to hide a mostly functional but heavily penetration-tested Ruby editor right inside of the game, allowing you to mod or create a Ruby-based game directly inside of the app. And all you need to do was plug in a keyboard and hit the tilde key, baby. This, of course, led to the takedown as Nintendo does not allow any game with unadvertised features to be hosted on their platform, or for software to knowingly allow access to any part of the Switch platform without Nintendo's permissions, as seen with apps such as Smile Basic and Fuse. While the editor uses what is called a high-level language, meaning it does not interfere with system-level code, the concerns of many people online were that this editor could be used as a breakpoint for hacking the Switch, something that is possible on well over 3/4 of the Switches in circulation due to a hardware exploit. Amir responded to the situation stating, "These past 3 days have been the worst days of my life, and I don't know what to say except I'm sorry. And all I wanted to do was allow kids, and coding adults that have forgotten the joy, to discover what I discovered 25 years ago. The narrative that has played out online is exactly what's wrong with this trash can fire of a world. Everyone is an armchair expert. If the narrative was, I added a sandbox to a dark room that lets you mod the game, it would have gone completely unnoticed." While this does come across as a little edgy, the issues are very real and have only exacerbated as social media extends its grip on the world. Nintendo has yet to comment on the situation. Finally, Ben Studios, creators of the best game of all time, Bubsy 3D, baby, and the Siphon Filter series, have managed to top the sales charts for launch physical sales in the UK with Days Gone for the PS4, dethroning both Mortal Kombat 11 and even FIFA. This comes ahead of Ben's announcements that there would be both paid and free DLC available this July. Thank you for joining me today for the Full Tilt Forecast. I've been Taro, and remember, we do have daily uploads, so be sure to hit that subscribe button so you can be notified. Stay tilted, gamers.